everyone, Aaron Jackson here. I'm here to talk about what gets me to the top, my skates, and more specifically, my wheels. And the Bont Royal Assassin is the only wheel I trust. They're hand-poured with the best urethane out there. It's the holy grail for speed and control. Plus, it doesn't pick up every speck of dust on the floor. And the lifespan, I'm getting at least twice the mileage out of these compared to other wheels. But if you're serious about skating, do yourself a favor and try the Bont Royal Assassin.
They call it a sport, but we know better. It's a symphony of dedication, grit, and heart. Tuned to one another in a composition of chaos on a stage built for progress. Athlete-driven innovation from the first whistle to the final score. Every hit, every fall, every win, every loss, every team, every season, every body. We've got you covered. They call it a sport, but we know better. It's a symphony of dedication, grit, and heart. Tuned to one another in a composition of chaos on a stage built for progress. Athlete-driven innovation from the first whistle to the final score. Every hit, every fall, every win, every loss, every team, every season, everybody. We've got you covered.
All right, friends. Hello, hello, hello. It is time for game number 10.
Yes, this is the semifinal bout between familiar teams, the St. Louis Gatekeepers and Concussion Roller Derby. Concussion Roller Derby is excited and honored to be hosting the MRDA Champs and producing this broadcast free of charge, streaming only on the MRDA YouTube channel. If you've enjoyed the broadcast, please consider donating to help with the cost of streaming and hosting this amazing event. Use the QR code on the screen or go to concussionrollerderby.com to donate or bit.ly-CRD to donate, all in lower cases. All right. For your St. Louis defending reigning champions for the MRDA, St. Louis Gatekeepers, we have number 0260 Spin Diesel, number 12 Shred Astaire, 1209 Primsis, 1337 Beastie, number 14 Loki Doki, number 15 Bolt Action, 1691 Jammy Pacquiao, 1990 Yoshi Denali, number 23 Scarlett Davidson, number 3 Thighs, number 31 Little Nas Slap-X, number 4 Soul, number 5 Lethal Objection, 5150 Hulk, and 787 Adam Midwest.
All right, yes, so our gatekeeper friends are skating in black, and skating against them is the Concussion Roller Derby. They will be skating in white, and tonight here at our game number 10 of this 2025 Men's Roller Derby Association Championships, we've got number 007 Rubik's Dude, number 12 Tommy Gunn, number 13 Photobomb, 1337 The Riot, 16 Juke, 160 Guy Sir, 17 Frank Blood, 210 Tenacity, 23 Showtime, 24 Beans, 27 Cougar Bait. That is a lot of twos all right in a row. 401 Tarantula, 42 Grimes, 60 Loose Wheel, and number 88 Tricksta.
Our officials for this game are Anya Arson, Darth Bling, Alan Your Grill, Genetic, Dropkick Daisy, Talia Up, Mary Chaos, Andy Oakley, Bread Pool, Mother Flippin' Artist, Johnny Demonic, Fulcrum, Scary Big Cheeses, Mr. Nitro, Pete in the Pool, Thriller, and WEB Destroys.
We got less than 1 minute on that clock. I am Loose Change.
I'm Wrecking Bill, formerly of the St. Louis Gatekeepers.
I was going to say, Bill, I feel like you have a slight preference for one of these teams.
But I got a lot of friends on Concussion, too. So, as a matter of fact, one of my best friends is a former Portland Bridgetown Concussion player, Juke.
The Bridgetown
Jukebox Hero that used to play for the Gatekeepers and moved up to Portland, now lives in Germany. I hope you're watching, my friend. Hope to see you in the future on my travels.
So exciting. As we get that time clicking down as we get ready to rock and roll. Like Bill had said at the beginning of this just a couple minutes ago, whoever wins this game goes on to play for first and second place. And if you want to know who they're going to be playing against, you're going to need to stick around for the next bout that's going to happen at 7 p.m. Pacific time. It's in 2 hours from now. So that other winner is going to go on to play the winner of this team with this game. Excuse me.
Ooh, Shreddy Astaire with the inside move gets out quickly and picks up lead for the St. Louis Gatekeepers. Juke jamming for Concussion behind a solid 3-wall.
Yep, coming through, trying to make some moves. Goes to that inside line.
Trickster with some nice one-on-one blocking on Shred Astaire. Now you have Tarantula and Tenacity there. Shred finally gets out. Ooh, taken all the way out by Photobomb. Nice play as Shred is recycled all the way to the back. But Yoshi Denali doing some nice work to keep Photobomb from going all the way back. Allows Shred to jump back in, picking up all 4 points. As Juke is yet to get out of this. Oh, it looks like Juke has passed it off now.
There we go. Yep, so we've got Trixta, star pass to Trixta for Concussion. Trixta coming up against that just impressive wall of Gatekeepers. Trying to get a little bit of help there from number 13.
Photobomb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Trixta hit to that outside, having to recycle almost all the way back to turn 3 over there and restart that trajectory and path through the pack, through all of those Gatekeeper blockers.
Shred Astaire looking for some offense as Tarantula and Photobomb. No, that's not. That's Juke. Was the jammer. And Tenacity take Shred Astaire out, forcing a call off there. 8-0 for the Gatekeepers on that jam.
Mm-hmm. That was a very hard fought 2 scoring passes for 8 points there. I think this is, I'm going to say it, prove me wrong, this is going to be one of the closest and most exciting games that I think that we're going to see all weekend, or at least today.
Loki Doki jamming for the St. Louis Gatekeepers in black, and Grimes pushing hard on that 3-wall of the St. Louis Gatekeepers. Grimes in white for the Concussion gets recycled by David Soul, who wants to tell his wife Jill he loves her.
Forever.
Yeah. And then Adam Midwest, and I think that's Scarlett Davidson there too, yes. Adam Midwest with a nice knockout, but they recycle and get that tripod. Loki Doki's not been able to get out of this pack, even with offense from Bolt, I believe that is, up there delivering offense. And Grime recycle, but man, this grinding loose wheels doing some work up there on Loki Doki.
Oh, we've got a track cut being assessed. That is Grimes with the track cut. So reporting to that penalty box. So Loki Doki, further opportunity to continue making some moves. Hopefully putting some additional points on the board, but hit to that inside by Loose.
Who goes to the penalty box. He was out of play.
Ooh.
Tommy Gunn and Loose Wheel were doing some nice work up front, but the Gatekeepers did a great job of trapping a blocker in the back and separating that wall, allowing Loki Doki to push them out of play out front on this power jam. So now 4 points on the board already for Loki. She goes in for pass number 2. Grimes now out of the penalty box. Gatekeepers have set up that wall. That was Bolt action up there supplying offense for Loki, who breaks through again for 4 points. Now Grimes hands the helmet cover to Tommy Gunn, now jamming for Concussion, as Loki will call it off after getting taken to the outside by number 23, Showtime. 8 points put on the board, so 2 8-point jams for the Gatekeepers, 16-0 early on, 25 minutes left in this first half. Jamie Pacquiao out there jamming for the Gatekeepers, and that's 160 Guy Sir.
So we're starting, we're going to be entering into jam number 3. We're starting to see a little bit of the rotation that we're probably going to be seeing for the rest with Jimmy and Guy Sir out there. Both of these jammers incredibly agile as you're watching Jimmy at the back of that pack just from the inside to the outside, and literally Guy Sir doing the exact same thing. But Jimmy Pacquiao able to sneak, duck down, get through. Unfortunately, hit out, had to recycle. But my goodness, these blockers are just giving you a step-by-step instruction manual of how to be successful when you have an agile jammer. And just almost 50 seconds, Geyser is through for concussion and lead as the hometown crowd for these hosts does go a little bit wild. But, that is a big hit to that outside. That was number, 1990? Was that Yoshi Denali?
Yeah, that's Yoshi Denali.
Yeah.
No, actually, Spin Diesel got the knockout, and Yoshi did the drawback, which was very nicely done. But Cougar Bait has done a fantastic job blocking on Jamie Pacquiao. Jamie almost got out up front, but a great recovery there by Cougar Bait. Recycled Jamie all the way to the back, and he's not been able to get out.
I'm going to need to do some research because I feel like the Gatekeepers and Concussion has been a first and second place game before in previous MRDA Championships.
Well, it was Bridgetown. They were a lot of the players were with Bridgetown.
Okay.
And yes, Bus and Bridgetown several times fought out for first place and second place. And fortunately for us, we were able to beat Bridgetown every time. I don't want to rub it into Tommy Gunn and Loose Wheels and Riot and Cougar Bay, but we were able to come out on top. But those were hard-fought games. So
3 points able to be picked up there by Concussion, so they are officially on the board. Gatekeepers held to 0 in that last jam successfully. Not something you're going to see very frequently, I think, here. So, yeah, we've got Shred Astaire out there for the Gatekeepers and the Riot for Concussion, both wearing the stars.
Shred caught behind that Tommy Gunn Loose Wheels, and the Riot powers through, picks up lead for the Concussion. 2 leads in a row now for the Concussion. As Shreddy's recycled to the back by the infamous Tommy Gunn, one of the best blockers in MRDA. Riot powers through for 4 points, so nice jam for the Riot.
If you are a Concussion Roller Derby fan, this is exactly what you want to see happen right now.
And Riot breaks through again as looks like Scarlett Davison goes to the penalty box, I believe.
Shred Astaire still stuck behind that wall, that 3 wall of those Concussion blockers. I see number 24, Beans. Number 17, Frank Blood.
That's Tommy and Loose. Frank Blood, yes, you're correct. And Beans playing some offense there for the Riot. Breaks through again. 12 points. That's our highest jam of the game so far.
Yep, and this is only jam number 4. We've got 32 seconds remaining on this jam clock, excuse me. And
Shreddy's recycled to the back again by Tommy Gunn and Loose Wheel and Frank Blood. One more time as the Riot looks like Riot may be running out of steam up there on this 4th pass through. But, look at that. Second wind, and the Riot with some nice footwork, tiptoes through the inside, picks up 4 more points.
And we've got a lead change.
18-19, a 16-point jam there by the Riot, who showed some fantastic strength powering through the Gatekeeper blockers.
Oh my goodness. If you are interested in seeing some photos from this weekend, you can check out Through Argo's Lens on Facebook, Factor Kitties on Facebook and Instagram. And I have a bunch of different Instagram handles we'll go through in a minute, but More importantly, we've got Rubik's Dude and Loki Doki. Rubik's Dude finding that just hole, using it, picking up lead for Concussion in just seconds. But that does mean that Rubik's Cube's coming up against that 3-wall of St. Louis Gatekeeper blockers.
Yeah, that's Spin Diesel, Yoshi Denali, and Lethal. And Loki doing a nice job spreading out that wall of blockers who now have 2 in the box for Concussion and deciding to let this jam go with 2 blockers on the track. So Loki trying to push through Tarantula, and I believe that's Tenacity up front. No, that is number 88, Tricksta. You have Tricksta and Tarantula getting Loki doing a nice job pushing that pack and taking 4 more points on the board.
Bolt Action doing some great bridging up there and trying to keep that pack, although strung out, still within that engagement zone. That is 4 points, though, apiece. 4 points for the Gatekeepers, 4 points for Concussion. So we are still hanging on to that 1-point game. 22 Gatekeepers, 23 Concussion.
Can't see who that is. I think that's Juke out there jamming for Concussion. It is Juke, and that's Jamie Pacquiao jamming for the St. Louis Gatekeepers in black. Juke in white tries to get inside. Tommy Gunn going to the penalty box on a multiplayer, so now Loose Wheels.
Yep, so that's Loose and number 24, Beans, for Concussion at the front, doing their best to try to keep Jamie Pacquiao with number 13, Photobomb.
Photobomb thought he had a drawback there, but apparently Jamie managed it. Now Jamie picks up a penalty. Power jam here for the Concussion as David Soul recycles Juke all the way to the back. As Loose Wheels, I believe that's Photobomb going to the box right now. Tommy Gunn now re-enters as Juke breaks out on a scoring pass here for the Concussion.
Juke is lead.
Beans is going to go to the penalty box now for a back block. Tommy Gunn trying to keep David Soul from getting up with that pack and also taking out Jamie Pacquiao on the inside. Hulk, that's Hulk and David Soul taking out Juke and recycling all the way to the back as Juke tried to do that one handstand.
Yeah.
Now Jamie Pacquiao breaks out, gets taken down.
Oh, Jamie Pacquiao, clears that pack. So we're seeing, yep, there we go, re-entering with
and a call off there, yeah.
Yep.
By Juke, nicely. Photobomb with that big hit out front, but then goes to the penalty box on that.
Okay, we've got 4 I was waiting to see what the officials were going to say. 0 points for the Gatekeepers. And so Concussion picking up 4, so 27-22.
Yeah, that's the 4th lead in the row for the Concussion.
Okay. Special shout out and thank you to our producer extraordinaire, Rolene.
Yeah, after a strong start by the Gatekeepers, it's 4 in a row now for Concussion.
Mm-hmm.
As Grimes is jamming. You have 2 power jammers, Thighs and Grimes for the Concussion. Thighs jamming for the St. Louis Gatekeeper and back pushing hard on Tarantula up front. Now splits a nice push there by Thighs as Grimes has been unable to break through this blocking pack of St. Louis Gatekeepers. Ooh, Thighs hit that pack hard, wiping out Tricksta. Holy cow, that was a nice slide through the inside. But now Photobomb joins the crowd out of the penalty box. And we have a big pileup on corner 2.
Yeah, the pack comes to just about a standstill as everyone tries to reposition themselves, doing what they want to do, help their jammer, not help the other jammer, all of that good stuff.
Grimes out of that pack now. Thigh's going to call it off before Grimes can pick up any pack. We'll see if Thigh's picked up any additional points. It looks like 2. Is that 1 or 2? 2. So we have another lead change.
All right, friends, you know the rule. If there's a lead change, you got to drink. So get that water out. Don't forget to hydrate. Oh, look at this. Yeah, here.
Yeah, 28-27, yeah. Well, we have Shred Astaire out there for the Gatekeepers, and that's Guy Sir jamming for Concussion. I was trying to get my drink in.
So obviously first whistle blows. We are ready to rock and roll. As the pack starts to get a little bit spread out, drawn back to turn 4, pushing up towards that pivot line, but not really doing a whole lot of movement. But that is a nice hit to that outside, having to redraw that concussion number 160, Guy Sir. But still, Geiser has those blockers in front, and all the way on the other side of that pivot line, we have...
Geiser hasn't made it past the pivot line yet, but
Nope.
a couple of times it got recycled, but Shred Astaire takes a big hit from Loose Wheel, who's going to get a forearm penalty, and that's going to allow Shred Astaire to get out for the St. Louis Gatekeepers, pick up back-to-back lead penalties, and Tommy Gunn and Loose Wheel going to the penalty box here.
So this is definitely, what the Gatekeepers would be wanting and hoping for to continue, increasing that lead. Two very powerful blockers for Concussion in that penalty box, so they have that opportunity.
And Shred Astaire is going to pick up a couple points and call it additional points.
3 more, so 7 points that jam for Gatekeepers, putting them at 35. Concussion held scoreless, and so they're still at that 27.
13 minutes left in this first half. So pretty low-scoring game here.
Yeah.
35-27. Good defense from both teams. We have Loki Doki on the line for the Gatekeepers. Tries the inside, then goes outside, sneaks by Tarantula as a Riot tries pushing literally everybody on the track, up the track. As the Gatekeepers lose, I believe that's Adam Midwest to the penalty box. The Riot breaks free. Loki Doki on a scoring pass as Loose Wheels now has joined the pack in back out of the penalty box. Loki's going to keep this jam going as Loose plays some nice offense there for Riot. Loki gets taken out to the inside as well as the Riot by Spin Diesel. Spin Diesel and Yoshi doing some two-man blocking, and Loki facing 4 blockers from the Concussion, so, ooh.
Jam number 9 here. We're going to be rolling into jam number 10. We've been, really starting to see the rotations, what exactly kind of... So, Bill, in your time with the Gatekeepers, what was one of the big strategies that you're still seeing that they are implementing and utilizing when you're coming and having this, high play happen?
We had 4 strong jammers, and then we had 1 additional jammer that was kind of a relief jammer, someone that was, kind of working their way into the travel team.
Yeah.
So we'll hear what's going on here.
Looks like we've just got an official timeout at this point in time. So, hey, look, that's us. Right. Yeah, so, I feel like we're really seeing a pretty solid rotation so far of those jammers, kind of 3-3-4, 3-4,
yes.
Right in that, so.
Yeah, the gatekeepers like to stick to their regular jammers, and you got Jamie Pacquiao and Shreddy Astaire.
You know, I mean, we're seeing
Loki Doki.
You know, we're seeing the same from Concussion, obviously.
Yes.
You know, the Riot, being super effective. Rubik's Dude out there.
They're actually they ran 5 different jammers.
Yeah.
But the Riot was very successful, and the Riot now going down with a little bit of an injury. I hope he's okay, because he's been successful for them. And look at that, Rubik's Dude picks up lead for the Concussion. So Jamie Pacquiao's had lots of trouble this game against Concussion. He's not been able to get out yet.
Yep, so Rubik's Dude coming in the back of the pack, as you can see on your screen, goes to that outside line, trying to break through. Jamie Pacquiao.
That was beautiful. That was a one-hand down made famous by Optimus Prime from the St. Louis Gatekeepers, that's been utilized by a lot of different jammers now. It looks like bolt action now with the helmet cover from Jamie Pacquiao, and Bolt trying to get by Beans and Loose Wheels. 2 big bodies, and Tommy Gunn delivers a huge hit to David Soul playing offense and opens up Rubik's Dude for another 4-point pass. That was a huge hit from Tommy.
Yep, Rubik's Dude coming in at the back, being hit out by, that was number 4, Soul, being recycled there. Jamie, obviously with that star pass, Bolt also doing everything.
Tommy gets takes out Bolt action again and recycles Bolt all the way to the back. So just some great defense here from the Concussion on the Gatekeeper jammers. Now pivot Bolt action, who used to jam a lot with the arch rival roller derby team in St. Louis, but now has been specifically playing with the Gatekeepers.
Yeah.
And the dude jumps through on the inside, picks up 4 more points. So Rubik's Dude with a 12-point jam there.
Yep.
Broke down into that lead. The Gatekeepers were holding 43-39. So we have a close game with a little under 10 minutes left.
That is a 4-point difference now at this point. One single little jam, one little point scoring pass is all the is the difference between these two.
The Concussion does have a big difference in penalties early on here. They need to bring in those penalties, because so far the Gatekeeper's been playing a pretty clean game, and that could actually come back to bite Concussion later on in the game if they can keep accumulating these penalties like they are. We have Thighs out there versus number 16. That is Juke jamming for Concussion in white, and that's Thighs jamming for the Gatekeepers, who's a little high there against that tripod. He's trying to power his way through, but he's got Tarantula up front, who's one hell of a blocker. Plays for both Rose City and Concussion Roller Derby.
Both of these tripods really just sort of paused up there at turn 1, as we do see Photobomb from Concussion.
Yeah, looked like picked up a forearm. That's his.
It was a track cut, actually.
Oh, was it? That's his 4th penalty.
That's a little concerning, as we're not even halfway through the first.
Thighs with some nice footwork on the inside line, gets through, picks up lead for the Gatekeepers. So that was a beautiful move. He jumped into that pack. I'm surprised that wasn't. But anyway, Tarantula, who's in there playing offense for? Is that Adam Midwest trying to play some offense for Thighs? Yes, it was.
Yeah, it looks like. And there we go. That jam is called. 4 points is what I am seeing for those Gatekeepers. 0 for Concussion.
47-39, a little under 8 minutes left. It looks like we're going to have an official review called.
Yep, so that is being called by Concussion. Once we know more about what Concussion is looking for an official review, we will absolutely let you know. want to say a big thank you to all of our officials and volunteers, all of our photographers, all of our medic staff, every single person who's here helping and volunteering. We would not be able to do this without you. And a big special thank you to our host, Concussion Roller Derby. 2025 MRDA Championships are sponsored by Five Stride. They are here in the venue, so if you're local to the Salem area, come on down. Tomorrow is Sunday. It's going to be a great day to watch some roller derby, and you can swing by that all of our vendors and see what they have for you to purchase. The other thing for you to know is we are sponsored by 888, who is always working on elevating derby safety standards with cutting-edge technology.
Making me hot. I had to take my little jacket off. I was getting a little warm there. Highest scoring jammers for St. Louis, Loki with 8 points. And is that? Oh, she had 8 points in Jam 2 and 9. And for the Concussion, he had 16 points in Jam 4. And then Rubik's Dude had 12 in Jam 10. All right, I heard you got some information for us here, didn't you?
I do. All right, Wrecking Bell. So, let's try that again. Okay. So Concussion is looking for a track cut on St. Louis Gatekeepers jammer. After the review, the officials did decide that the no call stands. So Concussion does lose their review for this first half.
But they just picked up lead with Grimes as Shred of Stair has been recycled to the back of the pack by Loose Wheels and Tommy Gunn as David Soul went to the penalty box for the Gatekeepers. Oh, Thomas Grimes just took out his own offense there. I think that was Showtime trying to supply some offense, but Grimes took a step inside and took his offense out. But now Grimes finds an outside path and tiptoes up on that outside line with some nice footwork, picking up 4 points. Just tied that game as Shred of Stair breaks out of the pack. Grimes comes in hard, pushing that back. He's picked up some points now and going to call it before Shred of Stair can enter the back of the pack. So I believe we're going to see another lead change here.
So there was 4 initial points on that first pass, and then it looks like there was another 3 on the second. So
47,
we are...
Yeah, 47-76. 46, I'm sorry.
So we are back to that 1 point game, which is always very, very exciting, as we've got 6.5 minutes remaining on this period clock for this just first half. And so Loki Doki wearing the star for Gatekeepers, Geyser wearing it for Concussion, and it took 6 seconds for Geyser to get through and pick up lead, hoping to turn this tide even further towards Concussion and the host of our 2025 MRDA Championships. But Geyser's coming up against some very impressive blockers here. Goes, jukes to the inside, goes to the outside, but is able to get through past them for 4 points. So we have a lead change at this point in time, but we're also seeing a star pass for those Gatekeepers. So Yoshi Denali, now the jammer of note for the Gatekeepers. And that was very close. Looks like 1 point for Yoshi, right as Concussion was trying to call it off. So that puts us at 48 Gatekeepers, Concussion 50.
Looks like the Gatekeepers going to take a timeout. Talk about what's going on out there. The Concussion's done a really nice job of pushing their...
Nope, they can still hear us.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yep.
So Concussion's done a nice job of pushing their blockers back up on that jammer line.
Oh, yeah.
And giving the Gatekeeper jammers no room to work whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And the Gatekeepers have opted to set up in front of that tripod wall that the concussion have set up, and that's given their jammers a little bit more, concussion jammers a little bit more room to work, and they've been able to work from sideline to sideline and get those blockers moving, and have got out and picked up lead the last couple times. So
yeah,
we'll see if this timeout, if the Gatekeepers can figure out exactly what they need to do to lock that down. And
we've got a 5-point difference at this point in time. 5 minutes 23 seconds remaining in this first half. Plenty of time for this, and we have 7 leads for Concussion, 6 leads for Gatekeepers. And as we've got Jamie Pacquiao and Rubik's Dude back out there, who's gonna take this next lead in jam number 14 here?
Tommy Gunn goes to the penalty box there for Concussion, as Loose Wheels doing a job on Jamie Pacquiao. Jamie Pacquiao's not been able to get out for the Gatekeepers yet this game. He's really been locked down by these concussion blockers. Gatekeeper blockers doing a nice job here on Rubik's Dude up front. Jamie Pacquiao tries that one arm down but gets crushed by Loose Wheel. Now he tries to sneak through on the inside, but taken out by number 17. I believe that's Frank Blood doing some nice defensive work. Tommy Gunn now is out of the penalty box, so they managed to keep Jamie back there long enough for Tommy to come back on the track.
I don't know the last time that I saw Jamie Pacquiao come up against blockers that were so effective in keeping him not only from getting lead, but also points, period.
Yes, I don't think he scored a point yet.
I don't think so. Meanwhile, Rubik's Dude is lead for Concussion in this 14th jam, excuse me.
And Tommy takes Jamie Pacquiao out again. Tommy Gunn has been Jamie Pacquiao's evil
kryptonite.
Kryptonite, exactly, yeah. Ooh, Frank Blood gets taken out by Scarlett Davidson, who gets blocked off from recycling all the way to the back by Loose Wheels.
We literally have gone backwards a whole entire lap.
Yeah. We sure have.
And I think that was I honestly don't know if Rubik's Dude called it or if it was the natural 2 minutes.
Yeah, but Concussion was the ones that picked up points, and the Gatekeepers were not able to pick up any points.
Nope.
3 points on the board there for Rubik's Dude.
Yeah,
brings the Concussion 56-48. I do believe that's their largest lead of the game so far.
I think so. Shred Astaire and Juke wearing the stars. As per usual, we're seeing these incredible walls.
Shred Astaire managed to pick up lead for the Gatekeepers, their first lead in a while. Juke nicely gets taken out by Yoshi Denali, but quickly comes back in. Shred Astaire comes in on a scoring pass here. Tarantula doing some nice holding that tripod steady there. You have Tricksta, and that is Tenacity also playing defense on Shred Astaire. Now Loose Wheel joins in after serving a penalty. But Juke is yet to get out of this pack as Shred Astaire comes through for 4 points for the Gatekeepers. And Juke is held up, not even getting much. Loose Wheels trying to play some offense for Juke, but the other 3 players decide to sit back and set that tripod up for Shred Astaire. And the Gatekeepers' defense is really holding strong up front.
Oh, my goodness.
That is Spin Diesel and Lethal and Yoshi Denali. And they've managed to shrug off the Loose Wheel offense and keep Juke from getting out as Shred trying to get through this defense here of concussion blockers, Tenacity, Tricksta, and Tarantula, and they are wearing him out as well. He's trying to slide through, but Tricksta's doing a nice job of keeping him from breaking up that 2 wall they got that Tarantula's holding. And again, Juke has been unable to push through up front.
This 3-wall in the back that you're seeing, like, of those.
Yeah.
Just
Shreddy's not getting any offensive help because they used a 4-wall to hold Juke back. So looks like 3 points put on the board there. So
let's see what we got. 6 in total. So there's another
2
2.
Points.
Yep.
Oh,
so
wait. Are holding up more points maybe. We'll see.
So it looks like we do have Gatekeepers. Yep, they are calling for an official review. So currently, Gatekeepers have 6 points on the board, 54. Concussion held scoreless that jam, but currently sitting at 56. So a 2-point advantage right there, as we've got 48 seconds remaining on this period clock of this first half. If this continues, I do not know if we will break 100 points for either of these two teams by the time we hit the end of the second half.
Well, yeah, right now, Concussion have the advantage in score, but they also have the advantage in penalties. They got 1 player with 4, 2 players with 3, so penalties could play a big part in this game later on unless they're able to clean that up.
Yep. Yeah.
Gatekeepers they have several players with only 1 penalty, but nobody with 2. So that is their one big advantage later on into the game. 2 star passes we've had from both teams, and both teams have had 1 power jam as well. So
jeez,
these teams couldn't be more
evenly matched.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. All right, we'll see what the official review is here.
All right, so Gatekeepers were looking for a blocker penalty there on one of the concussion blockers. At the end of the day, the no call stands. There was no assist there, so the Gatekeepers now lose their official review for this first half.
Yes, so Spin Diesel goes to the penalty box as Thomas Grimes powered his way up front, does get taken down, but comes right back in as Loki Doki jamming for the Gatekeepers has not been able to break through this pack yet. Grimes, his real name is Thomas, by the way, but Grimes comes blasted through and splits that 2-wall that the Gatekeepers had set up back, but bolt action and Scarlett Davidson get a nice recycle along with David Soul. So now Grimes pushing hard on big pile up on 3, but he manages to push his way through Soul and pick up 4 points as time has expired here, and we have nothing but jam clock as Loki Doki now out of the pack.
Yep.
But Grimes on a second scoring pass. We'll see additional points. Yes.
There we go.
8 points picked up. So
Grimes was lead, got 8 points, called it off. So we currently have a 10-point game as Loki Doki held scoreless. As we are at our intermission. So St. Louis Gatekeepers 54, Concussion Roller Derby 64. We will be back in about 12 minutes, and we're going to see the second half and see what that brings.
Yeah, right now Concussion is really putting it to their defense. Been outstanding.
Yep.
Yeah,
I am loose change.
Loki has not scored since Jam 5 and is the highest scoring jammer for St. Louis. So the defense has been on lockdown for the Concussion.
Absolutely. I am loose change, and on behalf of Wrecking Bill, we will see you in about 12 minutes.
Hey everyone, Aaron Jackson here. I'm here to talk about what gets me to the top, my skates, and more specifically, my wheels. And the Bont Whirl Assassin is the only wheel I trust. They're hand-poured with the best urethane out there. It's the holy grail for speed and control. Plus, it doesn't pick up every speck of dust on the floor. And the lifespan, I'm getting at least twice the mileage out of these compared to other wheels. But if you're serious about skating, do yourself a favor and try the Bont Whirl Assassin.
They call it a sport, but we know better. It's a symphony of dedication, grit, and heart. Tuned to one another in a composition of chaos on a stage built for progress. Athlete-driven innovation from the first whistle to the final score. Every hit, every fall, every win, every loss, every team, every season, every body. We've got you covered. They call it a sport, but we know better. It's a symphony of dedication, grit, and heart. Tuned to one another in a composition of chaos on a stage built for progress. Athlete-driven innovation from the first whistle to the final score. Every hit, every fall, every win, every loss, every team, every season, every body. We've got you covered.
Okay, friends, we are back. I am Loose Change.
I am Wrecking Bill.
Hello, Bill. All right, so I've got some stats information that Rolene has provided for us. Are you ready to hear a brief synopsis of that first half?
I am.
All right, so St. Louis had 7 leads to Concussion's 9. The highest scoring jams, so it is a 3-way tie between Shreddy, Mercury, at 8 points, Loki, and then Loki again, all at 8 points. And then we have the Riot with 16 points. As you mentioned earlier, we had two star passes apiece. We have 1 power jam apiece. Overall point scoring, Loki currently with 20, and Riot and Rubik's Dude both with 16 for Concussion. And here we have, for everyone's viewing pleasure, the penalties as it stands. We have 8 for Gatekeepers, 13 for Concussion. And Concussion has 1 person with 4 already and a 2 with 3. And then a 1, a 1, and a 1. Gatekeepers, the most one person has was 2 penalties. So definitely...
Pretty clean game for the Gatekeepers.
Yeah, definitely not a concern there. What do you think the Gatekeepers were talking about in the intermission, Bill?
They've got to get some offense on this strong defensive blocking on the Concussion to get their jammers out. I don't think their offense has been enough with how strong the blocking has been with loose wheels up. They got big people up front as their top.
They have powerhouses.
Powerhouses, yeah. Loose wheels, and you got the great blocking of Tommy Gunn, and Frank Blood's been really, really good. And then you have Tricksta, Tenacity, and Tarantula on that other line, and they've just been steady defensively. They take up a lot of space and strong as bulls. It's they're going to have to get some offense because their jammers. I mean, Loki, I don't think put a point on the board after jam 5.
Right.
So they got to get some offense.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah, and we've got Shred Astaire out there, we've got Juke out there, we're rolling into jam number 1 here of this second period, and we're already starting to see the continuation of that incredibly thick and slow-moving pack as everyone just is doing everything they can to make sure. There we go. Another, what is that? Concussions. Tommy Gunn, yep, reporting to that penalty box again. Meanwhile, Shred Astaire is able to get through, picks up lead, followed very closely by Juke, however. So this is going to be, all right. Yep, we've got some hit it and quit it.
Ooh, they get 1.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, realistically, all you need is 1 point to win. But that does bring Concussion to 65, St. Louis at 54.
They're going to pick up points. They're just seeing how many. If it was 3 or 4, 3 points for the Gatekeepers.
There we
Trying
go.
to see if he landed that foot on the inside, but he didn't. He stepped out before he passed that last player. So 57-65.
8-point difference.
We have Loki Doki out there jamming for the Gatekeepers, and that is 160. Guy, sir, recycled to the back as Loki got lead and out for the Gatekeepers. So their the second lead, 2 leads in a row after we start the second half. So now Spin Diesel goes to the penalty box, and that's his second, I believe, as well. So now we got a big pile up on turn number 2. But Loki, though, on the scoring pass. Geiser yet to get out of here. To get out of the pack, I'm sorry.
Geiser just trying to, like, bounce up and down, but does find that inside turn and is through. Loki Doki, though, already through with points, followed quickly by Geiser. 4-4 apiece at this point in time. All right, what do we think? What do we got on points? What are we seeing, Bill?
I think it was a mistake for Loki not to call it as soon as they passed for the first 4 points. Been satisfied with 4 points and keeping Concussion off the board. Instead, they do a 6-4 and only pick up 2-point advantage. They had an opportunity for a 4-point advantage. You can't get greedy. Those 4 points, those little 4-point pickups here and there are a big win.
They're gonna add up. Concussion at 69, nice. St. Louis Gatekeepers 63. Oh my good. Oh no.
And Tommy picks up another penalty. So that's 5 penalties on Tommy, and number 13 Photobomb also with 5 penalties. So that's a big deal as we get into the game. And now Power Jam.
We've got Jamie Pacquiao, though, who is through and lead. The first time we're really seeing Jamie Pacquiao figuring out how to get through these walls of concussion blockers, with Grimes reporting to that penalty box. So we've got a Power Jam unopposed, 4 points already, 8 points already. So that's 2-point scoring passes. Let's be realistic. That is just the first of however many lead changes we're going to get.
Yeah, Jamie's putting up points, but they also had 2 blockers in the penalty box, which was a big deal, a blocker and the jammer. So that was a big deal. But Photobomb's really taken a lot of risk here with 5 penalties on the board. Now Grimes out of that penalty box gets powered to the inside and recycled back by David Soul and Beastie. As a penalty's picked up by Scarlett Davidson. Jamie gets taken all the way. Ooh, swing and a miss there for David Soul, and that gets Grimes. Oh no, helmet cover pass to Tommy Gunn. And Jamie does not call it off as Tommy Gunn now on a scoring pass. So I don't understand why that wasn't called off. But
yeah, that's a very interesting strategy that the Gatekeepers are implementing.
Now they just put 4 points on the board, and Jamie is stuck behind these blockers. And now there's an opportunity to finally going to call it off. But yeah, I think mistakes are being made here that could cost them later on in the game. Especially a game this close, you have to take the points that you can get and limit the other team point-wise.
I am a little surprised there hasn't been more fast 4 hit it and quit it to try to stem the tide, because we've got a 6-point game, 16 points that last for Gatekeepers, 4 points for Concussion, 6-point difference with Shred Astaire and Rubik's Dude back out there with the Stars.
Oh, Tarantula takes a huge hit from Yoshi Denali, and a penalty for Fred Astaire. So here we go, a Power Jam
for Rubik's Dude. So Rubik's Dude did clear that initial pass, so they are points. So yeah, he is point scoring eligible, but that does, finds that outside line, just slips right past for a fast 4. With not only, there's a blocker and Shred Astaire in that penalty box for the Gatekeepers.
I heard a whistle, but I didn't see anybody. There we go. Now someone goes off for, that's number 27, Cougar Bait, going off for the Concussion. Now Shred Astaire is out of that penalty box and going around, but smartly, Concussion's going to call it off after picking up 4 more points and not allow Shred of Stare any points on the board. And we have another lead change.
Yeah, so with that 8 points, we have yet another. Now we're back to a 2-point swing the opposite direction. St. Louis Gatekeepers 79, Concussion Roller Derby 81.
Both teams will be starting off with a player in the penalty box on this. As we have number 16, Juke versus Loki Doki.
So we've got that 3-3, a little bit of a mini pack, so to speak. But let's see, I'm seeing Loose Wheel out there. Juke able to work through, picks up lead, as we do have a little bit of do-si-do as one blocker for Concussion, leaves the box, one blocker goes in, another comes out, another goes in. Like you were talking earlier, Bill, those penalties are starting to rack up a little bit.
Yes, and Loki Doki with a nice spin move avoiding that hit there from Cougar Bait. But here we go again. He didn't call it off, so we have a 4-4 jam right now. Juke, though, showing some nice power on that. Ooh. And Juke, as a jammer, hits Loki Doki, knocks Loki down. So we have a big pile up on turn number 4 right here.
Penalty.
Large pile, yeah. And I don't know how many points have been scored for either squad at this time on this pass.
Yeah, I mean, we know that both of them have 4 from the previous pass, but I have lost ability to keep track.
Now Juke gets recycled to the back, all the way back. Oh, and a nice little apex jump, but takes out his own blocker, but Loki Doki's still unable to get out.
Oh, there is a penalty. Oh, that is number 27.
Cougar Bait now. So, yeah, again, these penalties are really starting to add up here. And Juke is through, though, for 4 points. For Concussion, 4 more points.
So I think that was a failure to reform for Cougar Bait. I'm not totally sure. Okay, but real quickly, we've got so on this other screen over here, Bill, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 2 people on Concussion right now. There we go. That have 5 penalties. 1 with 4. We have a 2, a 2, and then a 1 and a 1. If you look at the Gatekeepers, there's 3 people with 2. That is it.
Yes.
We're talking 21 penalties versus 13 penalties.
And important players, too. You got Loose Wheels, and you have Tommy Gunn and Photobomb, who's done some great work, but Photobomb's really taking a lot of chances out there with running on 5 penalties. So are we doing an official review here?
It looks like it's just
timeout?
Yeah, it's just a Gatekeepers timeout, which I think is very smart.
Yeah.
To sort of take a beat, because Concussion was able to put 10 on the board, so they're at 91. Gatekeepers put 8 on the board, so they're at 87. So that's 4 points.
That's the highest score of the second half, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's 10 points right there was the highest score of the second half. And for Concussion.
Yeah.
And then Loki Doki put up 8 on that last one. So a 10-8 jam on this close of a game. I just think that I'm surprised that jammers aren't calling it off, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we've got 20 minutes, 45 seconds remaining on this period clock. Guys are out there, and looks like that number 3, thighs.
Yep.
Thank you. Yep, of course.
Oh, and picks up lead for the Gatekeepers as Yoshi goes to the penalty box. Ooh, thighs hits that pack hard and gonna keeping this pack going, and that allows a 4-4 jam from Guy Sir. I'm not understanding I don't understand why they're doing this. And Guy Sir just did an apex jump. Now it's an 8-4 jam, and the Gatekeepers had control of this and could have kept that to a 4-0. So Guy Sir doing some nice work. Now we got 12 points on the board for Guy Sir, and Thighs is struggling. He's going to end up having to call it off. So, huge mistake by the St. Louis Gatekeepers, in my opinion.
So, Thies was lead jammer for that jam.
And had picked up 4 points before Geiser picked up any and did not call it off. And now you have a 12-7 jam.
Yeah, Concussion at 103, Gatekeepers at 94. So we are seeing a 9-point difference now. Concussion's continuing to just add a little bit more every single time. They're just picking up consistent more points than the Gatekeeper in each jam.
Well, and the Gatekeepers have control of the jams. They're just not calling it off. And and Concussion has done that at times too. And I'm not understanding this. As Loose Wheel goes to the box now, he's setting at 5. As we have Shred Astaire jamming for the Gatekeepers and Grimes being held way back, and now a cut penalty for Shred Astaire, who's picked up that's his 3rd penalty, I believe, for Shred. 2nd, I'm sorry. And Grimes picks up lead for Concussion.
Yep, there we go.
Another blocker goes to the box for the Gatekeepers. So, oh my gosh, what a blast that was as Grimes sent Scarlett Davidson flying on that hit.
Yeah, that was
a blast. Tommy Gunn now with the recycle on Scarlett as Grimes goes through practically untouched for pass number 2.
Here's the issue that we're going to start coming into. We've got 18 minutes remaining. We've got realistically like 3 of the big blockers in heavy penalty trouble, and Grimes now picking up a penalty for Concussion. So that means obviously we've got Shred Astaire back out there who can do some more time, hopefully score some more points. But that was 8 points for sure that Grimes has in his pocket, if not potentially a couple more for Concussion. Nice hit there to the inside by Loose Wheels. Attempting to sort of throw Shred Astaire off a little bit. Does not work, though, and Shred able to get through.
Now Grimes out of the penalty box, so I don't know if Grimes is on a scoring pass here or not, but we'll see what the point differential here is from the referees.
All right, so I'm seeing a 0 for the Concussion in skating in white, and I'm seeing some numbers. Oh, two more.
Yeah.
So
8-6 jam.
Yep. So Concussion at 111, Gatekeepers at 100 even.
Low scoring game. This is the importance of calling it off and limiting your team, your opponent to points, is these low scoring games like this. I mean, we have 16 minutes left in the second half, and both teams are only at 100 points.
Yeah. Loki Doki with the star for the Gatekeepers. Rubik's Dude with the star for Concussion.
And Rubik's Dude picks up a cut penalty on a nice play there by, I believe that was Adam Midwest, with a nice drawback on Rubik's Cube and gets that. Rubik's Dude, who gets that drawback. And now Tarantula and that is Tenacity doing some nice work. Both players for the WFTDA Rose City Rollers and Team USA for the women. So fantastic players out there for the Concussion. Now Loki Doki pushing hard on Photobomb, and I believe that's Tricksta up front. Photobomb with the push out, recycle, and now Rubik's Cube out of that penalty box. So a great penalty kill here for the Concussion.
We're a minute into this jam at this point. I don't know how many points Loki Doki has officially in her pocket at this point. 1 for sure, potentially 2, but she is still coming up against all 4 of those Gatekeeper blockers.
I believe she's at least got 3, I believe.
Okay.
And Rubik's Cube has not made it out of the pack yet. He's still stuck in the back, even though, because he picked up a penalty on his initial, so he has not made it around the pack. So the Gatekeepers electing to go 4 blocking and not giving Loki any offense for some reason. I guess they're hoping Loki can push, but Tarantula is too strong up there on top with this blocking. I believe that's Showtime Now Yoshi comes in late to try. No, that was Photobomb. Yeah, Showtime, Tenacity, and Tarantula. And Loki just couldn't push through that.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we're starting to see more and more full 2-minute jams.
Yes.
And with that also comes the which team has better prepared with their training and their endurance to be able to push and be pushed against for that full 2 minutes when you've got these just beasts of just power that you're dealing with and trying to move forward, but you're just getting no give in any capacity.
Yeah, now you have Tommy Gunn and Loose Wheels out there with number 23, that's Showtime. And they've owned Jamie Pacquiao, that blocking trio.
Yeah.
You have Juke out there jamming for Concussion, getting some offense there from Beans.
Jamie Pacquiao pushing towards the back of that pack, but again, like you said, not able.
And getting zero offense from the Gatekeepers. They've elected to go 4 on Jukes, and Jamie's just on his own back there in the back against these powerful jammers. And Tommy Gunn, again, Jamie gets recycled to the back. Now Spin comes back to play a little bit of offense, but now Jamie's back with this tripod trying to get through Loose Wheels and Tommy Gunn, who outweigh him 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Juke's trying to push up front. Now the Hulk is bridging. Now get some offense from Beans. Trying to get around Spin Diesel and Adam Midwest up front. But now finally, 40 seconds left of this jam, and Jukes finally gets out. Jamie Pacquiao is yet to get out of this jam and now is recycled by Loose and Showtime all the way to the back. And Juke, Jamie attempted a apex jump and gets taken out. I don't know how many points Juke has, but he's in a big pile up. Everybody's piled up on turn 2.
It's just a sandwich of people.
Yeah,
everywhere.
now we have a helmet cover pass to David Soul, who used to jam for the Gatekeepers, but now is a blocker. And now we got a call off. We'll see how many points Juke actually picked up. Probably 2.
All right, we've got 4 for Concussion, so 4 for Juke.
Wow, that surprises me, but 4 points on the board there for Concussion, 115 to 104.
All right, so we've got less than 12 minutes remaining in this second period. This is when we have an 11-point difference. Gatekeepers at 104, Concussion at 115. This is when time management becomes key because there's very, very little give in this point spread. And if you're Concussion, you need to be watching that clock as priority number 1. Priority number 2, you need to be watching your penalties because you've got 3 people right now that all have 5.
Well, you notice that Concussion has been sending offense every jam to help their jammers out, and the Gatekeepers have left their jammers to fend for themselves, sending some offense late, but mainly have been that was number 27. That was Cougar Bait going to the penalty box. That's his third. Tarantula takes a big hit from Yoshi, and Shred Astaire finally gets lead.
Almost a full minute there of fight before Shred picks up that lead.
Oh, it gets taken out by number 88. That's Tricksta, and recycled to the back by Tenacity. This Cougar Bait still hasn't got out of this pack back here in the back. Yoshi trying to play some offense for Shred this time. Not doing a great job as Tarantula literally is holding Yoshi up. He cannot move Tarantula up front.
All right, so I see 3 I got 3 points in the air for the Gatekeepers. Concussion held scoreless yet again. 107 Gatekeepers, Concussion 115. 8 points.
9:57 left in the game. Grimes, though, back out there, who's been very successful he's just a strong pusher, and he's just driving everybody up the track.
Yeah. Loki Doki with the star for Gatekeepers, but stuck behind that wall. Grimes has that lead in point scoring eligibility at this point in time.
Yeah, Grimes just powered his way through that pack. Ooh, nice move by Loki, though, jumping around loose wheels. Someone got a penalty there.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, and that's how you do it.
Yep.
You pick up points and call it off. 4 points picked up by concussion, called it off before Loki can pick up any.
Yeah.
Increase their lead 119 to 107.
Want to say a big thank you to Collectum Sports, proudly outfitting athletes with high-performance custom sportswear. Collectum Sports specializes in roller derby gear designed for durability, comfort, and bold design. From personalized jerseys to cutting-edge materials, their apparel is built to last and look great no matter how intense the action is. And tell me about the intense action that we have been watching for the last
I think
50
that's
minutes.
Jamie Pacquiao's first lead this half. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. First time he's picked up lead this half as Rubik Dude's yet to get out of this pack. Got the helmet cover off, looking for the helmet cover pass possibly. As Jamie now on initial scoring pass and finds some hole through the gatekeeper blocking down low.
Oh, almost abandons the star. Thankfully, I don't.
Which one? Spin Diesel probably.
Number 5, Lethal Objection.
Oh, Lethal.
Yeah.
Lethal
Lethal Objection was the one who was like,
nice
star,
job.
please get your star.
Good job. Yeah, he ducked right through the gatekeeper blockers there, who were still holding up Rubik's Dude, and tried to duck through there. Oh, that was a nice move, but whoa, gets taken down by Tenacity. Pushed to the ground there. But the thing is, Jamie's scoring points right now. But this blocking trio that they've put out there, now they have Trickster playing offense for Rubik's Dude, who's also the pivot. So that could be a strategy involved there. But Jamie, after taking a beating from Tarantula and Tenacity, calls it off, but picks up 4 points. 8 points, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So those 2 point scoring passes did clear all of them, but was not able to actually physically get past them and was just consistently stuck. So we now have less than 7 minutes remaining in a 4-point game as Concussion's been held, fairly low score or no score like this one, still at 119 to Gatekeepers 115.
Well, so far you have to hand it to these guys that are the people that were running with 5 penalties, because they've not got any more so far. Just as I say that, Tommy Gunn picks up a 6. But Thighs out there jamming 4, and that's Juke jamming 4. Going to try to spin around nicely, but gets picked up. And Gatekeepers pick up the lead again.
Yep. So Thighs through with that lead. Not too far behind. Juke is through, but this is Thighs just picks up a low block. So this is a power jam now for Juke, as there are a couple of friends in that penalty box, one of which being St. Louis Gatekeepers jammer. 30 seconds to score unopposed, but this also means we have a full 2-minute jam that we're going to have. And so there isn't going to be any opportunity to get points and call it off. So that is the first set of 4 points there for Juke. Cleared the initial pass on point scoring.
Tommy Gunn is going to pick up his 7th penalty, which is huge, because he came out of that box and played some fantastic offense for Juke. And now Thighs goes back to the penalty box. I'm really shocked at that low block, because Beans had been called for a penalty and was leaving the track, and that's who Thighs tripped over. So I was really shocked at that, but the referees called it, so it is what it is. But Tommy Gunn is fouled out of this game, which is very important.
That is a huge
loss.
Asset to Concussion. That is no longer going to be available in these next 5 minutes.
But Juke, though, has put up at least 4. Now 8 points on the board for Juke, and Concussion here as we're under 5 minutes left, 115 to 127.
Literally at that last second, Juke finally cleared those final blockers of Gatekeepers for that full set of 8 points.
Now they send out Grimes out there, who's been very successful this game with using his power to push through these blockers, the whole pile of blockers, both Concussion and Gatekeepers, and just like that, just like he did right there, power. Shred a stare though, right on his tail. So
here we go.
Gatekeepers doing a nice job of trying to get up front, but you have the experience here from the Rose City Rollers that are out there.
Yes. All right, so Grimes was lead, got through, called it. I'm seeing
1-1.
2-2.
Oh, is it 2-2?
2 for Concussion. I think it's 2. 2-1. 2 Concussion, 1 Gatekeepers. So Concussion at 129, Gatekeepers 116. Gatekeepers has been the, 6-time reigning championship?
6-time, yes. Yep. Loki Doki jamming for the Gatekeepers, and that is Rubik's Dude, I believe.
Nope, Geyser.
Oh.
Geyser is through with lead for Concussion. Number 160 being an extremely effective jammer for Concussion at this point in time. All right, I heard a whistle.
Loose wheels, so that's his 6.
That is a 6th penalty, it looks like, for loose wheel with less than 3 minutes remaining. Geyser
smartly calls it off.
Exactly.
Before Loki can score any points.
Yep.
Timeout called by the Gatekeepers, I believe.
No, actually Concussion. I thought so too, but no, it's Concussion that was indicated to want it. It maybe.
Wow, I'm surprised. That surprised me. 116 to 133 with 4 points picked up there by Geyser, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so we've got 2 minutes 48 seconds remaining on this period clock. The Gatekeepers at 116, Concussion at 133. I regret cutting my fingernails because I have nothing to chew on, and I am so anxious right now. This makes my heart pound very, very heavily.
And smartly, Concussion's going to send Grimes back out here, who's been very successful this second half, just powering through the blockers of the Gatekeepers, who've not been able to stop him yet.
Just pushing.
Oh, yeah, he's powering through everybody, but they're going to counter with, I believe that's Shred a Stare out there for the Gatekeepers. So
we've got 2:48 remaining on the period clock. Probably 2 jams with the duration in which they've been running and the length in which they've been running. So we shall see. Loose wheel starting in that penalty box. So Concussion having, a little bit of a disadvantage there. But
Tarantula goes to the penalty box.
Yeah.
So that's joining loose wheels. So the 2 big powerhouses for the Concussion in the penalty box, and Shred a Stare picks up lead as Grimes has yet to get out, but Shred tries to power through. Tenacity and Tricksta doing nice work. Geyser 20 points and Jamie Pacquiao 24 this second half. And Shred a Stare, though, 8 points on the board as we're down a little under 2 minutes, and Grimes has been unable to get out of this pack. But now joining, and Grimes got taken out and recycled to the back by Spin, but Grimes had taken Shred a Stare off the track, so it looks like Shred will pick up some points.
All right, we've got an official timeout. So I know Shred had one full pass for point scoring. What is points happening? What is points happening?
What, hon?
Okay, this is an official review that is being used as a timeout. Thank you to all our wonderful official Pete in the pool for putting that information in my brain. The gatekeepers are using this official review as a timeout. What do you got? Read it.
I got Jamie Pacquiao so far in the second half has had the highest scoring jam at 16 points. Guy Serve for concussion at 12 points. Jamie is the highest scoring jammer for the gatekeepers this second half with 24, and Guy Sir is the highest jammer for concussion at 20.
1 minute 41 seconds remain. Concussion at 133, gatekeepers at 120. 13 points differentiate. We've got Juke out there for concussion, Loki Doki for the gatekeepers. As per usual, a very thick and slow scrum start here of just push, 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 not being able to get anywhere. Until question mark?
Yoshi goes to the penalty box, so the gatekeepers have lost a blocker, and Loose Wheels just fouled out of the game.
Yep, that is Loose Wheel reporting to the penalty
and Loki
box.
picks up lead. So here you go, folks. Loose Wheel will not be able to rejoin this pack.
And they, so Loose Wheel can't rejoin, and Concussion can't field anyone else until the jam is over.
And Juke
calls it.
Well, Juke knocked Loki out of bounds and was going to recycle all the way back. Loki smartly called off the jam to allow time for a final jam here.
Yeah. Gatekeepers smartly calling that last timeout that they have held with 50 seconds remaining on this period clock.
But Loki didn't pick up any points either.
Nope.
So 120 to 133 is what we have here. And here we go with this close of a game. All those little points that they gave up by not calling it and allowed Concussion to pick up points are now biting them at this point in the game.
Yeah.
Especially, just like we said, we got Tommy Gunn and Loose Wheels both fouled out of this game. 2 big blockers for Concussion. And they're holding a slim 13-point lead. And this jam right here is the game, folks.
This is it. Yep, absolutely. Unless Concussion decides that they want to have another one because they are the only team that has any available timeouts. Who's out there, Bill?
That is Rubik's Dude jamming for Concussion, and that is Shred Astaire jamming for the gatekeepers. And you have Tenacity, Tricksta, and Tarantula doing a hell of a job blocking Shred Astaire. Now Yoshi out of the pack, and instead of giving offense, Yoshi's going to set up a 4-wall, and Shred Astaire. Shred Astaire gets through for lead as Tarantula goes to the penalty box on a forearm. So Shreddy on a scoring pass, first scoring pass here, gets taken out, and now gets a cut penalty. Oh my goodness gracious.
That is a track cut for Shred.
Yes.
So with that, and because Rubik's Dude removed the helmet cover, this is okay.
Someone went down with an injury, and time is expired.
The most boring roller derby ever as medic staff because we don't want them to have to do anything. Okay. That, thankfully, everyone got up where everyone is fine. Everyone rolled back to where they needed to be. But here's what happens next. Question mark? Because
the gatekeepers are going out for another jam, but time has expired, so.
I mean, I feel like at this point in time, if my memory serves correctly, the officials have the ability to make that determination as to whether or not another jam could happen. So now we just wait to see what happens.
Gatekeepers did not have any times out.
Nope.
And they were saying, if they have, I'll be surprised if they have another jam. I'll be honest with you, because the Gatekeepers had no timeouts to stop the clock, and I would be really surprised if that. But we'll see. It may happen.
I mean, it is up to the officials at this point in time to decide what they want to do, because the
Gatekeepers had lead. Shred Astaire had already picked up
3 points. That's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, 123 to 133, so a 10-point game. And it looks like
we're doing another jam.
Really surprises me.
We are doing another jam. That is what we just heard from the officials.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
I'm shocked. I really am shocked. So
I'm going to be honest. Were I the Concussion Roller Derby coaches at this point in time,
I would be not very unhappy.
I would be using my official review to go in and say, respectfully, officials, I would like you to reconsider because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. But it looks like they're sticking with this decision. Tarantula is in the penalty box for the concussion.
1 second is going back on that period clock, so we will have okay. The previous jam ended due to unnatural causes, so the officials have determined that there will be one additional jam officially.
Oh, my goodness gracious. So, 10-point lead for the concussion. Wow. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I would be highly upset if I was the concussion jammers. Concussion's going to take a timeout
to
think about what they want to do strategy-wise.
I mean, realistically, that is exactly what you want to do. You want to come together. So Concussion obviously lost 2 of their very effective blockers, Tommy Gun and Loose Wheel. It's at this point in time that you start going, what has worked? Who do we need to put in? Who are going to be our best blockers?
Their other best line was Tarantula, Tenacity, and Tricksta, who've done awesome defensive work out there. And I believe Beans was out there, and Photobomb was out there as well doing offense.
The good news is Tarantula only has 14 seconds remaining on her penalty.
Yeah,
so
that's good news for Concussion.
Yep. Okay, so we've got Shred Astaire and Juke, a little bit of a repeat from last time.
Yes, and Juke with that helmet cover off quickly.
Because Shred Astaire is through and lead already.
And Bolt Action doing a nice job of isolating that pivot, making sure that pivot doesn't get that, as Spin Diesel recycles Juke all the way to the back, but Juke with an apex jump gets through. So now, Tarantula takes Shred Astaire to the ground. And you got number 17, that's Frank Blood, who's also done a great job blocking. Oh, Shreddy attempts a apex jump and does not get around. Now with a nice moves inside, outside, through for a scoring pass. As Juke, though, also threw on a scoring pass. So 8-4 right now.
1 minute remains on this jam clock. There is no more period clock. And we have 4 points so far for Concussion, 8 for St. Louis. This is
right
6-point difference.
And Juke is pushing that tripod of the Gatekeepers up out of play, and the Concussion blockers are not allowing Shreddy to move in back. And he's worn out, and he's getting no offense. And completely worn out. Gets recycled to the back. I think Concussion just won this game as we got 15 seconds left. and Shreddy's exhausted. He's getting no offensive help. He can't break through this wall, and that's it right there, folks.
3, 2, 1.
And there you have your
Okay.
6-time MRDA champions.
Okay,
We're
we've got
just
some points still coming in.
8-8. 11-8.
11-8. So 141 concussion. St. Louis Gatekeepers 134. So this means Concussion is going to play for first and second place.
Yes, and they will play either against Toulouse or Denver for the championship. Tomorrow.
Yep.
Yes, and
So-
Denver, and following next is Denver and Toulouse, so we'll find
exactly.
out who's
So-
going to play them.
Concussion's going on to play for first and second. St. Louis Gatekeepers are going to go on to play for third and fourth. So whoever wins plays Concussion. Whoever loses plays Gatekeepers.
Yes, and Concussion with the home field advantage here, and this crowd behind them did an excellent job. You got to give it to those players, the blockers and everybody. They really handed it to the Gatekeepers and locked them down. And just give a big hand there to Concussion Roller Derby for winning that game and moving on to the finals.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so real quick, let's see. Okay, so Shreddy is the highest scoring jammer for St. Louis with 31. Juke at 32. Got a few more power jams added in there. 5 power jams for Concussion, 3 for St. Louis. 7 leads for Concussion, 10 for St. Louis. So even with that more leads what St. Louis had, they still weren't quite able to pull off that win.
Well,
And again, it's the exact same thing that you were talking about, because they kept letting it happen and just
Yes.
running it. This is 7 points. 7 points.
how many times did they keep that jam running
Yep.
instead of getting 4 and calling it? They allowed Portland, Concussion, to pick up points and not call it off. So thank you very much. We had some
Yes.
awesome numbers
Thank you,
here
Rolene.
from our producer. And
I'm going to go and check my heart rate, because my watch keeps yelling at me that, like, are you okay? Are you in distress? Yes, I am in distress.
all right, I'm going to go announce on the house for this next game. So it was very nice doing this with you.
Thank you. I am Loose Change, and on behalf of Wrecking Bill, appreciate you joining us here for game number 10. Don't go too far, because game number 11, again, that is Denver Ground Control going up against Toulouse Roller Derby. The winner plays Concussion.
Oh, and we have a bonus. One of the Toulouse players that isn't playing in this game is going to be our guest announcer in
Yes.
French for the YouTube channel. So you'll have one in English and one in French. So
It's going to be good.
France, enjoy this, and we were thankful that one of the French announcers would come and join us on this stream. So,
Absolutely. Thank y'all. Have a good rest of your day.
all right, have a good one.
Hey everyone, Aaron Jackson here. I'm here to talk about what gets me to the top, my skates, and more specifically, my wheels. And the Bont Royal Assassin is the only wheel I trust. They're hand-poured with the best urethane out there. It's the holy grail for speed and control. Plus, it doesn't pick up every speck of dust on the floor. And the lifespan, I'm getting at least twice the mileage out of these compared to other wheels. But if you're serious about skating, do yourself a favor and try the Bont Royal Assassin.
I'm feeling high when I'm low, 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 low.
a sport, but we know better. It's a symphony of dedication, grit, and heart. Tuned to one another in a composition of chaos on a stage built for progress. Athlete-driven innovation from the first whistle to the final score. Every hit, every fall, every win, every loss, every team, every season, every body. We've got you covered.